The following program may contain coarse language and subject matter. The following content may not necessarily reflect the views and the opinions of Radio Waterloo as a whole. Listener discretion is advised.
Hi, this is Alex Tagliani, NASCAR Pinty Series driver. You're tuned in from the track to the community on 102.7 CKMS, Wide World of Motorsports, the number one motorsport show in the community.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
Listeners from around the world, you are listening to CKMS, Wide World of Motorsports, right here on 102.7 Radio Waterloo. I would like to thank you for tuning in to the show today. You might be listening to us on www.radiowaterloo.ca/listen, which is worldwide and mobile friendly, or Rogers Digital Cable Channel 946 in Southern Ontario, or the 102.7 on the dial on the frequency modulation boxes. You are listening to at CKMS WWOM for about half an hour today. Check us out social media at CKMS WWOM. Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Our YouTube episodes are on demand as well, so head on down there to YouTube, our YouTube page. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button, drop us a comment. Yeah. This week, it was a pretty good week in racing. It started off absolutely wild, of course, last week. Wild finish in the Daytona 500. Danny Hamlin won the 500, nose to, I guess, quarter panel with Ryan Blaney. It was such a close call, and it was such a hectic finish because, of course, the number 6 of Ryan Newman of Roush Fenway Racing, he had a tremendous crash into the wall, hit by Corey LaJoie on the driver's side while already airborne. It was a crazy wreck, and so it all happened probably within 5 seconds, and a lot of excitement and potential a lot of bad news as well, but I'll save you the story. Ryan Newman walked out almost apparently bruise free, no broken bones or anything, just a little bit of a head injury, but they won't comment on specifically what's behind the head injury right now. The word came from the president of Roush Fenway Racing, Steve Newmark, who just provided an update I think it was just a couple days ago on Newman, and there was no internal organ damage or anything like that, but they are treating his head injury, and doctors are pleased with the progression for someone who was in a basically horrific car wreck. And that's good news starting off the week here in the wide world of motorsports. A lot of people hearing about that, and there's a lot of talk about that from around the world. It was actually trending on Twitter. There's people I knew who I wouldn't even expected to know about the wreck that were like, oh, did you watch that? And of course I did. Like the whole of course I did. I have a show on NASCAR. Come on. So yeah, that was definitely something really tragic and weird this week. Going into Las Vegas, however, everyone was just excited to get back to racing. Everyone was just excited to be able to come together. Obviously, Ryan Newman wasn't there. He was at home, hopefully relaxing, watching the race while everyone got to race together. Ross Chastain, the Melon Man, was announced to fill in for the number 6. And I in my opinion, I guess he did a good job, other than that he spun out at the end of the race yesterday, but he did a pretty good job for just coming out of the blue almost, just being called up sometimes that happens where you have to call up a driver from a smaller series of trucks or Xfinity series, and he showed that he has some skills in the Cups. So we're going to have some more of the Wide World of Motorsports in about 15 minutes. We're going to have some songs here for you. We're going to play ZZ Top, ZZ Top, LaGrange. Free Fallin' by Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. One of the most classic songs of all time. Before that, Tom Cochrane, Life is a Highway. Motorhead, Ace of Spades, and ZZ Top, ZZ Top for the Americans. LaGrange. Yeah. And always good to have some music for your Monday afternoons here. Something to rock to. Maybe you're starting work. Maybe you're starting your weekend. I don't know. We want to enjoy it. I gotta enjoy those Mondays. Always good though as well. Mondays being able to talk about what happened on the weekend, playing the Monday morning quarterback, literally. Quite the interesting weekend in Las Vegas, specifically for the bounty that was put out on Kyle Busch for his crazy win against people half his age. Basically, he ran the truck series. He actually ran a K&N race or something like that in the night or 2 nights before and won that. A bunch of like 18 and 15-year-olds. Not criticizing though. I'm just stating the facts. 7 straight starts for Kyle Busch in the NASCAR Outdoor Truck Series. It's pretty good. Now they're not in a row. They're over probably a year or so. But being at a home track, I'm surprised he didn't try to go for a sweep, run the Xfinity Series as well. He led 7 times for the 108 of the 134 laps in the 200-mile race. And after the last restart on lap 96, he pulled away from the lead over almost 8 seconds over the pole sitter and runner-up Johnny Sauter. So, for Canadians that finished in that race, I always want to mention. Well, let's give some props to the females as well. And Angela Ruck, who I think this is her first truck race of the season, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember her being in the 500 or in the Daytona race. And then Natalie Decker, 21st. I don't even think Jennifer Jo Cobb qualified, though. That's unfortunate. And Canadians, Raphael Lessard, 30th, and Stuart Friesen in the top 10 in the 9th spot. Always good to shout out the Canadians. However, Kyle Busch was asked about the bounty that Kevin Harvick had placed on Kyle Busch. And this is what Kyle had to say Saturday.
Well, there just better be an asterisk on it, because if somebody crashes me, then it doesn't count. So you put money on a bounty on somebody, and then there's bad things tend to happen. So I don't know, make it whatever y'all want. It don't matter to me. I got great stuff. I'm a good driver. Bring it.
Yeah. I don't know if he took the term bounty seriously, like someone's gonna kill him. I don't know. Maybe he took it a little too seriously. I don't think it's that serious. Maybe he feels like everyone's ganging up on him. I don't know. Maybe he needs to go see someone about that. Anyways, the Xfinity race, it was rainy and crappy, and they had to delay it until an hour after the Cup race. The Cup race came next, and Joey Logano, in an eventful finish, was able to win. Team Penske, of course, continuing their domination at Vegas, even though miscommunication had earned Logano the win. He wasn't sure if he was supposed to come in or not. He wanted to go in, apparently, but he stayed out. He wasn't sure what was going on, which ultimately ended up winning the race for him. But there's a lot of people who had fresh tires in the green-white checkered at the end there. That was crazy. That was absolutely crazy. It did look like, however, Logano's teammate Ryan Blaney had the win until Ross Chastain had spun out, causing them to have to go to a caution. I think all the cars but 6 cars had pit for fresher tires. Johnson had quite the run at the end there on the backstretch. the second to last lap. Crazy run, and it would have been cool to be able to see them actually go into NASCAR overtime, which Mike Joy had announced, causing confusion in my world, thinking that maybe Jimmy Jam had a chance to come back. He had a great car yesterday, absolutely fantastic car, but in the end wasn't able to, as there was just a crazy wreck right when everyone started to cross the start-finish line, putting NASCAR into a yellow flag. In my instinct, I thought they still had to go, but that's because I come from like an era where you used to have to race back to the start-finish line, even if the yellow is out. And that rule's been changed for like 15 years, so I don't know why in my mind I thought it was weird. It was kind of trippy. I don't know. This is what Joey Logano had to say after his win.
Hey guys, it's Joey Logano. We're here in Victory Lane for the Penzo 400. Look at that bad boy. Able to get a win 2 years straight here in a Mustang. Couldn't be more proud of that, and everyone that puts all this effort into building these awesome cars. Proud to drive it. See you soon.
Always good to see a track sponsor and a car sponsor in Victory Lane. It's almost too good to be true. Then that wasn't it. The day was not done for racing. There was the Xfinity race. Chase Briscoe won that one. It was a good way to end off the weekend, and the victory is his third in the Xfinity Series, so I guess congrats to Chase Briscoe on that. The race was delayed by rain after the completion of the first stage, so I guess there was still a good chunk of racing left, and Briscoe also won that. So 24 hours later, wins the race. And it was such a crazy day for sports. I mean, XFL was on, NBA was on, spring training's on, 2 NASCAR races, a couple of whatever else that people find on TV, like curling up here in Canada. There's like a curling championship. Crazy day for sports. And yeah, so good stuff. Next week, tune in. 1 to 2 p.m. live on www.radiowaterloo.ca/listen. Rogers Digital Cable Channel 946 in Southern Ontario, 102.7 on the FM dial in the region of Waterloo. And also check us out on demand, CKMS Wide World of Motorsports on YouTube or our social media pages, live race updates, funny memes, haha, at CKMS WWOM on Facebook and Twitter. That wraps it up for another edition. Thank you for tuning in. To all our followers, the only negative thing you need in your life is camber.